Hey everyone, it's Kirk McLean here, and you're watching Clay's Canucks Commentary.
Hey Canucks fans, and welcome to Clay's Canucks Commentary Live, presented to you by Van City Experts Real Estate. I'm your host, Clay Emo Canuck Clay, and this is my Canucks take, all in one take. It is indeed Wednesday night, September the 3rd. If you're new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button now for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. I am so happy to be back with all of you. I missed you guys. I hope you missed me too. I think the last time I streamed was Thursday night, if I'm not mistaken, because I flew out on Friday. So this is what we're going to do. I'm only going to spend 3 to 5 minutes max on what I've been up to the past week. And then we will go to a couple Canucks stories, a couple NHL stories, and then definitely leave a lot of time for all of you. So once again, thank you for being here, and I appreciate you guys being here. Moderators, do what you need to do to keep this a safe and respectful place. Members, that's Legends, Hall of Fame, and franchise members, thank you for your support. We had a great, our monthly Legend and Hall of Fame Zoom call, group Zoom call. Had a really good time. And thanks to all of you for watching and subscribing and supporting me. And to everyone else, no matter where you're watching from, whether my beautiful neighborhood of Steveston, Richmond, in the city, Lower Mainland, province, country, continent, around the world, thank you for being here. You know that I know that you could be doing anything else, watching anyone else, getting ready for work, school, or bed, or all three. But the fact that you're here with me, know how much I always appreciate you and how much I never, ever take you for granted. This is how you can get involved tonight. As always, subscribe so get active in the chat section, get notified of my videos. You can like the video, like the fact that we are together, like the fact that I am back from Vegas, like the fact that I didn't lose any money, like the fact that I got to see Bruno Mars, like the fact that the Canucks are skating, like the fact that Evander Kane and Quinn Hughes are giving interviews, and like the fact that we are only 2 weeks away from training camp, and like the fact that we are building such a great community here on YouTube. You can leave a donation, get the donation train out of the station. You can gift a membership. You can buy your own membership. You can upgrade your membership. You can use your monthly membership message. And if listening on a podcast platform, make sure you rate and review. Patricia's here. Erwin's here. Simon, Carol, Fangirl, Sarah, so many people, Rain. And I just realized, I think I forgot to give away 5 memberships last month. I think I only gave away 5 of my 10, but we will get back to that on Sunday. But today, we don't have to wait because Swervin Irvin is the first to get the donation train out of the station as he gifts a membership. So let's give some love in the chat to Mr. Swervin Irvin. So thank you, Swervin Irvin, for gifting a franchise membership. Gets the donation train out of the station, and it goes to Calvin 999 Charlie. So welcome, Calvin, to franchise membership. And you know, StreamYard just added a bunch of these sound effects. So I'm not going to go through all of them. There's the gong. There's the drum roll. There's a screaming man. There's some applause. There's some audience laughing. There's sirens. Okay, so I just said I'm not going to do all of them. I just went through half of them right there. But yes, thank you, Swervin Irvin, for the generous franchise membership gift, and it goes to Calvin. But my friends, we ain't done.
And he got it!
So currently a franchise member, Mr. Harry Moss says, "Hi Clay, how are you? Hope you enjoyed the Bruno Mars concert and your trip to Vegas. I'm excited for the Canucks this season. The boys are back." I am indeed very excited. Thank you very much for being a member for 26 months, Harry. You've actually been all 3 levels, I think, Legend, Hall of Fame, and franchise. So I appreciate your loyalty to me as well. So once again, that's Harry, member for 26 months. Let's give him some love in the chat. And then we have Coach Rob. He gets the save. Coach Rob for a member for 54 months. Wow, 54 months. Have a great season, everyone. Thank you, Coach Rob. Let's give Coach Rob some love in the chat for being a member for 54 months. Yeah, I'm not going to do both. That would be overkill. I'm not going to play a donation drop and then play a sound effect, even though some of them are pretty funny, like this one. But I will not do both. I will probably do one or the other. Mostly stay with the donation drops because I work so hard at making them. But I'm sure we'll find a way to do some sound effects in there as well. So thanks, Irvin. Thanks, Coach Rob, and thanks, Harry, for your contributions so far. By the way, speaking of contributions, actually, before I do that, looking at the fictional leaderboard, and right now up top is Swervin Irvin because of his donation, and he's been active ever since I posted the link. He's at 900 points. Fangirl's at 750, and then Simon is third at 150. So thanks to all of you guys. And then did you know that there's a new function, and thanks to Irvin for pointing this out to me. I'm seeing it a little bit more now. There's a function called hype video. So if you look, I'm not sure if someone check if there's actually under this video, but I know that you can hype a video. So it's even better than liking it, because apparently if you hype a video, it actually helps the algorithm. So let me know if under this video where it says, thumbs up and share and clip, does it say hype as well? And if not, if it does, make sure you hype the video. I don't know how it goes. It points. I don't think it's money. If someone can explain it to me, that would be great. I probably should have looked it up before I started talking. But yes, you can hype videos now. Carol, the legend herself, thank you for the donation.
Hi.
Legendary Carol Bovenlander, $5 donation, says, sorry I missed the group chat. I hope you had a wonderful time in Vegas. You are very missed. Thank you, Carol. Happy to be back. And thank you very much for the donation. We did miss you in the group Zoom chat, but I did get your messages. I'm sorry you couldn't log in, but let's give Carol some love in the chat as well. Oh, it's on stream replays. Thank you, Swervin Irvin. So you can't see it right now. It's only on stream replays. Is it on any video or any video by anyone, Irvin, or is it only live stream replays by anyone? But thank you for pointing that out. Best meal this time in Vegas, all you can eat Korean food at a place called Huaro. And that was when we got there on Friday night. Nice to see you, Pastor Dan. Okay, let's do this. There's a leaderboard for the hype button too. Wow, crazy. There's too much going on. Want to show you a couple things real quick about about last week, and then we will get into this Canucks talk. So first, I want to show you. Perfect. This is great timing. Jessica asking me, how was your Vegas trip? Let's give some love to Jessica for being a member for 3 months. Love having you around, Jessica. And I'm going to talk about my trip right now. Irvin says the hype function is pretty much for any video for creators who have between 500 and 500,000 subs. Interesting. Okay. I don't want to spend too much time. I could go for longer, but no, I'm going to limit myself to 5 minutes of not only Vegas, but the last few weeks. So Vegas was awesome. We went down on Friday and came back on Monday. Monday, our flight was delayed until 11 p.m. out of Vegas. So I didn't get home. By the time we got our luggage, I didn't get home until 2:30 in the morning on Tuesday. And the first thing I did is I ran to my slushie machine and I had a slushie. I enjoyed a slushie at 3 a.m. before I went to bed. But I'm used to going to bed that late. Well, maybe not that late, but I'm used to going to bed late. I sat here, blown away by the talent. Blown away by the talent and showmanship of Bruno Mars. This concert was even better than the Backstreet Boys concert, and that was spectacular. So blessed to share experience with my family. The reason why Backstreet Boys concert was excellent. The Sphere was amazing. The technology, the video, the audio, mostly the video, the special effects. But Bruno, smaller venue, 5,000 people at the Park MGM called Adobe Live. You see it right there, Adobe Live at Park MGM. 5,000 people. So just think maybe a 1.5 times Queen Elizabeth Theater. But we had front row balcony. The beautiful thing about front row balcony is I did not have to stand up if I didn't want to. I could still stay seated and I could enjoy the concert. Bruno's phenomenal, amazing musician. He a couple different things. Live band, his band called the Hooligans, very, very good. By the way, Derek, amazing donation. I'll get to you in a couple of minutes for sure, Derek. But I want to acknowledge Derek's massive $20 donation because he was born 40 years ago. In 1985. So sorry, he was born in 1985, so he leaves $19.85. That's amazing. Thank you, Derek. I'll get to that in a second, but I want to acknowledge it right now. So Bruno Mars, amazing concerts and live performer, and two really cool things he did in the middle. He did a 90s slow jam, not his songs, covers, and then he gave his band a break, and he did about 20 minutes of some of his older and new songs, that whatever that, I don't know how to sing it. Then he did Marry You, then he did Grenade. He did like 6 songs that he didn't do full. He just did him and acoustic on the piano. So just a lot of variety, and the live band, his band, the Hooligans, amazing stuff. So I'll go pretty quick here. That was the reason why we went down. So there's the crew. That's Sean and his lovely fiance, Francesca. So there they are there. There's me and my lovely wife, Gail. There's our lovely daughter. Everyone's lovely. Our lovely daughter, Kayla. And then Jacob and his lovely girlfriend, Michelle. So the only one of the significance that couldn't come was Clyde, Kayla's boyfriend. So again, Sean and Cheska, me and Gail, Jacob and Michelle, and there's Kayla. That's inside the MGM Grand, and this is outside of the venue. Sean, me, Gail, Jacob, and Kayla, and of course Gail and me. Reason why I don't have any pictures of the actual concert is you're not allowed to take pictures or video in the concert. They confiscate they make you put your phone in a pouch, and you can't use it. And if you end up using it, or you're crazy, Jacob has one of those pairs of those sunglasses that can take pictures and video, but he wasn't tempted because they can just kick you out if they see any type of recording. And Bruno said right at the start, he wanted to make sure that we all enjoyed the experience. And I must say, as much as I would love to show off that I was there, or replay even videos from my own memory, it certainly made the concert experience that much better. Is you don't worry about your phone, you don't worry about taking video, you don't worry about finding the best angle or the best lighting, or you recording your favorite song. You're just completely present for the entire 2 hours. So that was excellent. Some family time, some food, some playing, some shopping. Didn't see another show because this one was expensive enough. But that was the gist of our trip. And then the very next day, we get home at 2:30 in the morning. The very next day, Gail goes to be a vice principal. Jacob starts his SFU online school. Me and Sean are working. And then Kayla starts her first day of Corpus Christi College, the Catholic College at UBC. So this was Kayla 15 years ago. No, not 15 years ago. What am I talking about? 13 years ago. First day of kindergarten. There she is. And then this is Kayla now, first day of college. So pretty cool. Once again, first day of kindergarten, first day of college. So yeah, we got back from our trip and we were immersed right away into school life. So summer is, I guess, it doesn't really end until September 21st, but it feels like it's over with everyone being back to school. All right, I'll take a couple of your comments now, and then we'll get into Canucks news. And I think that was 4 or 5 minutes. So I got to plug in my computer. Give me a sec. Sorry, this thing way longer than I thought. So, what I'll do is I'll take 5 minutes of questions, comments now about Vegas and about going back to school and back to work, and then we'll get into your actual some Canucks content. But firstly, I want to recognize Derek Chang for this massive donation.
3, 2, 1.
Shout out to Derek Chang for giving $19.85, representing the year he was born in 1985. Happy 40th birthday, Derek. 40 never looked so good. So thank you for your generosity. Let's give Derek some love in the chat. And happy 40th birthday once again. Thanks, Clay, for all you do. You are most welcome. I really, really appreciate you. So let's give some love to Derek in the chat for sure. So again, 3 to 5 minutes of reading your comments, and then we'll get into some actual Canucks content. What do we got? Oh yeah, here we start here. Let's get Clay to 100K. How about let's get me to 12K first? 10 million. Bruno Mars is an entertainer for sure. Bruno's the full package. Bruno Mars is more of a pure performer, but I really want to. Hey, Doodle Hockey, nice to see you. By the way, I haven't. Thank you for sending me the video of your sweet audio setup or your picture. I can't wait to. Did you post today with your new setup? How did you get tickets? Oh, I bought them. Ticketmaster, like legit. He's doing about 20 shows this year. Not Baby Mama, Bruno Mars. Yeah, I'll talk about rookie camp in a second, Simon. Thank you. Tickets were so hard to buy for the weekend. Oh, but this here, right? Yeah, but Bruno's doing many, many shows, like 20, not just one. Bruno wasn't performing when we did a boys trip back in April, but it was cool seeing he signed. It was cool seeing the signs when we stayed at Park. Yes. Park MGM is a great hotel. APT is a brilliant song. It's pretty cool. It was very, very cool acoustically. You travel so much. You got cash. No, I wouldn't say that. I do work hard though. I do work hard. Clay with that dad stance. Always. I'm a dad. Oh, some schools have implemented the phone pouch. Gotcha. Bruno's incredible. Petey's back. All right. If there's any camera with autofocus, some security cameras can track the IR sensors. Oh, I did not know that, Erwin. Thank you. Sounds like Bruno had you feeling like a treasure during a 24-karat magic kind of night. Not bad, Adrian, but I think you could do better. Just kidding, that was good. I'm anti-video taking during concerts. That's fair. Yeah, Kayla is a very pretty young woman. Very proud of her. Yes, Bruno actually mentioned that. He said that it was his hardest song to write and his hardest song to perform. Kayla's the youngest. Kayla's only 17. Jacob's 19. Sorry. Sean's 24. Jacob's turning 22. And Kayla's turning 18. I did not hit up the pinky ring, but that night when we were there, LeBron James was there at the pinky ring. Thank you, Gary. I'm trying not to picture it too much, but I appreciate you watching from the shower. Yeah, I think I'm going to try and get all of the family on the 24-hour live stream for sure. We're at the NGM Grand this time, Doodle Hockey. Yes, it is still very quiet in Vegas, although it was Labor Day weekend, so it's pretty busy. Not really a slot guy, and I'd love to be on Donnie and Dolly, but they got to invite me. I've had both of them on my show, but they haven't had me on theirs. Package Hito and Lekaramaki to get a real 2C. Okay, we'll talk about that. Yeah, it was 39 degrees when we left. What do we get to see if we donate $500? Well, you have to find out. I probably wouldn't be ready to do something today, but I'd do something special on an upcoming stream. Weather was indeed very warm the whole time. All right, cool. I'll take a look, Doodle, for sure. For those who don't know, can you please explain why the exit rows mean so much to you? Oh yeah, I already know I'm going to get a bunch of comments saying, is this guy ever going to talk about the Canucks? I will. But I haven't seen you guys in a week. And I know the real ones, the real OGs here, you guys know that you don't mind me talking about my actual life once in a while. I've always liked exit row seats. I don't need them. I'm only 5'6", and I do feel bad once in a while when 5'6" Clay's in an exit row seat, and then there's a 6'6" guy, or maybe 6'2" guy, kind of crammed in a seat, but that's up to him. Back in the day, you could always get exit row seats for free when you check in, or when you sometimes when you reserve seats, but definitely when you checked in 24 hours. It was a little known secret, and I would always get exit row seats, whether it's Air Canada or WestJet. And I just I don't need the space, but I do like not having to put my stuff in the overhead. I like having it underneath my seat, but I don't like it underneath my seat and taking out my leg room. I don't need the leg room because my legs are so short, but I get very restless. And especially since my injury, even 2 years ago, I still like to stretch out my legs and have the ability to stretch out my legs as much as I want. So that's why I like the exit row seats. They're not bigger, they're not wider, they just have more leg room. That's why, and you do get to board the plane earlier, which I do like. WestJet, Air Canada, every airline has started to make you pay for them now. So I've never paid. Well, I have, but I don't always pay for an exit row seat. I will sit in a non-exit row seat, but I have no problem asking for an exit row seat. And I find with my charm, with my personality, I'm just kidding. I think I get very lucky, but I am very honest. I will go up to the gate agent and say, are there any free exit rows? And then when they say free, I said, and then I'll joke around. I mean like available and free. Do I have to pay for them? Because usually you have to pay $50-$60. So believe it or not, all 7 of us, I worked my magic, my 24 karat magic, and all 7 of us got exit row seats for that late night flight home on Monday night. So to answer your question, Adrian, a great question. I simply like the leg room and I like getting on the plane early. No, it actually made for a great experience. A Drake Bruno Mars song. I'm not a big Drake fan. Did not hear about the helicopter accident. 2 goats at the Pinky Ring. You're too kind, Adrian. You should have come. There'd be 3 goats. An hour to get tickets? Is that for the weekend? When's he coming? Or is he coming already? Yeah, Rain, let's talk about Club 500 closer to March. I have many tips, actually. Actually, I don't have many, but I have some experience up there. But I'll definitely set you up for sure. No group road trips just yet, Derek, but I'll keep you in the loop. I'm going to talk about Evander Kane. Car alarm has not gone off yet, Coach Rob. Thank you once again. Kane is meshing well with the group. Are you knowing the prices for tickets to games like most people are? 1 or 2 games. As a season ticket holder, I recognize that I am getting quite a deal over regular season people, like regular ticket holders. The Canucks actually held prices for 5 straight years before they made the playoffs. In the last 2 seasons, have seen dramatic increases for sure. Plane going down when you came back. How was the plane going down? It was fine. It was a smooth landing. Thank you. Spirit is hiring. I think Kane will fit well. Okay, we better get into if FaceTime was a thing when you and Gail were engaged. Other than the parents, who would you FaceTime next? Oh, probably if family didn't count, probably my best friend Andrea. Yeah, we all 7 of us got exit row seats. I posted a picture. It's pretty cool. I don't have it handy though. He came, but I'm going to Shawn Mendes during your 24-hour live stream. Oh, like Jessica, that's only like 4 hours of the 24-hour though, right? All right, let's go, Adam, and then we will better talk about Canucks for sure before I get a lot of people mad in the comments. So thank you, Adam, for gifting a franchise membership. My computer is slow, so I'm just seeing who it went to. It goes to Philly T. So once again, thank you, Adam, for the franchise membership gift. It's a $5 donation, and it goes to Philly T. All right. Let's talk some Canucks. The 2 things I want to talk about today are the Canucks were in town. Not all. A lot of them are, though. And including the 2 Elias Petterssons, Evander Kane, Brock Besser, I think Hronik, a lot of the young guys like Kermaki, Kratsov. Anyway, so they're starting to skate, nothing too crazy. But Evander Kane spoke to the media for a good 5 or 6 minutes. The Canucks posted it on their official X channel and said a lot of things that we expect him to say. He's excited to come home, play in front of family and friends. He didn't say this, but we know it's a big year for him because it's a contract year. Talked about the familiarity of the city. Talked about the chance to potentially play with PD and some other good forwards. Says we have a good team. We have a hardworking team. So said all the right things, and made fun of some of his teammates for missing their shots because they kept ringing off the glass by where he was being interviewed. So I did a breakdown of Evander Kane's interview when he first came here, his press conference. I think he comes across well in the media. He's confident, good-looking guy. He's confident, nice smile, and he's not afraid to answer questions honestly. We'll see how that goes throughout the season, but I thought that Evander Kane's presser was quite good. It went by really quickly, and he seemed to be in really good spirits. And why not? He's coming home making a lot of money for 1 year, contract year, and a chance to really be an impact player for his hometown team. The one thing I do want to spend a bit more time talking about is Quinn Hughes. Ian McIntyre did a really, really good interview with Quinn Hughes, and I really like Ian McIntyre, friend of the show, and I think he's a great writer. I think he's great on TV, and he did a really good interview with Quinn Hughes. And there are a couple quotes that I want to pull out and just kind of look at from this interview that's gotten a lot of attention because of what Quinn Hughes had to say. So if you want to check it out later, actually, I'll put it right in the chat right now. And really interesting that it was called... The actual article is called Quinn Hughes on Canucks Future. I can handle the noise. So the first set of quotes is this. One thing I'm really good at, or have gotten good at, is I'm very present. I can't even sign for another year, so there's nothing I can do. As far as the noise, I can handle the noise. That's why I'm the captain of the team, because I can handle these things and I can play at an elite level, and it doesn't matter what's going on around me. As far as the noise around my teammates, I'm going to try to help everyone else too and be a good leader as I can be. Noise doesn't bother me. It's a long year and I'm just going to be day-to-day and focus on the short term. I love this from Quinn Hughes. We've always known him to be very confident, never cocky, but if I was that good, I'd be cocky. Very confident, very self-aware, very self-assured, all those things, confident. And I just love the fact that everyone is aware of his contract situation. As a reminder, he's got 2 years left. We can start negotiating extension when there's 1 year left on July 1st. So he can't even engage in official contract talks until July 1st. But we know it's going to come up. And we know, like we've half jokingly said, that every decision has to be looked at through the lens of keeping Quinn Hughes here, keeping him happy. But I love this. I can't sign for another year. There's nothing I can do. As far as the noise, I can handle it. That's why I'm the captain, because I can handle these things. That's awesome. Like, what a steady, calming force. That's exactly what we need. Then, kind of alluding to his future, two of my best buddies, Garland and Besser, just signed in Vancouver long term. I will say last year was not fun. It just wasn't. But I'm really competitive, and last year was a failure, so I'm trying to bring my best. Try to be a great leader and help my team get in the playoffs. Who knows what we can do, and who knows how I'll be feeling this time next year. It's still a year away. Basically saying, calm yourselves. He's not even going to think about it, talk about it. I'm sure he's going to think about it, but he's not going to talk anything publicly for the next little bit. That's good too. Talks about Rick Tocchet for a little bit, saying it was an exhausting season for Rick as well. And then he talks about, I had my two best years with Footy, Adam Foote as my coach. He's D-coach. He's another guy that's a great person, really cares about his players. So that's good. But here's a funny quote that got some play today. Hughes basically told Foote he wasn't going to answer his phone for a couple of weeks. If I didn't tell him that, he'd be on the phone with me every 4 or 5 days. He's really great at communicating, and there's no one more excited for the season than him. He's trying to make us a better team. It's so hard to add pieces from the outside pieces. So he's trying to empower everyone on the inside and make everyone inside better. He can teach us and bring us closer. Let's be honest. We're not going to be the most skilled team. We're not going to be the most skilled team, but we can have the hardest working team. We can have a team. I mean, you look at Florida and they have a ton of talent, but they are a team. So a couple things there, recognition that Adam Foote's excited to have Quinn Hughes, and Hughes is basically admitting that they're not the most talented team. They don't have a lot of superstars, but they can be a very hard-working team. Then it went on to Pettersson. I've been Petey's biggest supporter. When I was a rookie and he was a sophomore, we were kind of similar guys, and we were both on the quiet side, reserve. We both love hockey, and we were both smaller guys growing up and had to find a way to be good. I think that was through our hockey sense and the way we saw the game. But here we go. As far as Petey, we need him. You don't get to the level Petey was at without having extreme dedication and focus and some things inside you. I've seen it from him, and I think he's going to be great. I think he's happy. He's had a great summer. I'm looking forward to seeing him. Do I think he's going to have a better year? Yeah, because he's a really good player. But it's going to be up to him about how good of a year he has. I love it. It's going to be up to him about how good a year he has. He's not calling Petey out, but he is basically calling Petey out. Standpoint of they're supposed to be the two franchise players, the two guys that will help turn this franchise around. Hughes is doing his part. Now he needs Petey to do his part. We need him, is what he said. And then he goes on to talk about adversity and how he handles it. And right here, I really do think it's going to make everyone in a group stronger, mentally stronger. Hopefully everyone has trained hard and is ready to go. I know I am. Everything that Quinn Hughes said, I loved reading. I love hearing. I can picture him saying it. I love the confidence he shows and he exhibits as a captain, as our best player in franchise history. I love how he's not afraid to not call PD out. I shouldn't have said that, but he's certainly not afraid to challenge him and to try and motivate him, because we all need PD. The team, I'm talking like I'm on the team. The Canucks need PD to play at his best. I love that he's willing to, he's excited about his relationship with Adam Foote and how that might go, and how they want to put the stench of last year behind them. So a lot of great things to dive into. We will do so after the sponsor read. And if you type something up earlier, I'm actually going to ask you to type it again so I don't have to kind of scroll up and read. So I will start to read your comments once I'm done my mid-show sponsor read. And we always start by thanking my primary sponsor, Jason Lim of Van City Experts. Thank you to my channel sponsor, Jason Lim of Van City Experts Real Estate. At Van City Experts, their experience, knowledge, and expertise can serve you well in navigating through the real estate market and will help you to choose the best home or condo in the Greater Vancouver area that best suits your and your family's needs. Thank you to my secondary sponsor, Coach Patrick Lou, Weight Loss Coach. You can check him out at coachpatricklou.com/clay. Receive a free 5-day workout when you do so. Thank you to Gassy Jack Art. You can check his workout at gassyjackart.com, and Jack is the maker of the wonderful artwork you see behind me. Make sure you support him. Vessi Footwear, tinyurl.com/VessiClay. Receive a free pair of socks off your next purchase of Vessi shoes. And thanks to everyone who's purchased Canuck Clay merch. You can do so at canuckclay.threadless.com. Other ways you can get involved tonight. You can subscribe to the channel. You can like the video. You can leave a donation. You can gift a membership, buy your own membership, upgrade your membership, use your monthly membership message. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, you can rate and review. Thanks to everyone who has generously contributed tonight so far. Swerve and Irvin is leading with 900. Fangirls at 825. Derek's at 775 on the basis of that strong donation. Carol's at 275. And Simon is at 150. There's our top 5 right now. Remember, you can subscribe. You can like the video. You can hype the video if you're watching on replay. And I still don't know what even that means, but sounds good to me. Also, my shows this week, tonight and tomorrow night at 11 p.m., regular CCC. Spoke to Parker, and we will be starting up likely on Monday night, bringing back Canucks After Dark for yet another season. All right. Thanks for sitting through. Oh, that was a quick 35 minutes. The next 20 minutes or so will be all for you. We will start here. Training camp next week. No, I think it's September. The date's September 18th, I think. So 2 more weeks still. Quinn was like half the player with all the injuries last season. Yeah, he had 3 injuries at the end of last year. Preseason is not until later this month. Hey, Japan 4. I'm glad you had a great experience with Bruno Mars. Thank you. Did you hear why he's doing so many concerts? Yeah, it's like a mini residency. There's no truth to the rumor that he owes Park MGM or MGM so much money. He didn't have a gambling debt. They're not holding him hostage. He even joked about it at the show, which was pretty funny. He said, thanks for coming tonight and help me pay off my gambling debt, so if he's joking like that, then I'm pretty sure it wasn't true. So yes, but he's doing like 20 shows throughout the year, including New Year's Eve, I think. What? Preseason starts Saturday already? Oh, for your hometown team. Gotcha. Scared for the start of the season, but excited too. Last time I felt like that was the season 23-24. I smell a cup. Gary, I smell what you're cooking. Shows he had a huge debt with MGM Grand. Unfortunately, he got the Elvis syndrome, really bad guy. Yeah, Japan 4. I read about it because I had heard about it before Japan 4, but that seems to be a rumor, and it was a refuted rumor, an unproven rumor. At least that's my understanding. Volunteer at security. Awesome. Which team, Tyler? How do you add the chat log to your main video screen? Van Sandine, I'm using StreamYard, and it's one of the features. Yeah, they're trying to roll out all these different features. I still would love for them to fix the feature of when I unplug my AirPods that my mic doesn't go dead. I really like Quinn, I think he's a class act. What is the best thing that you think he can do to help his team? His hockey intelligence and his skating. With this being an Olympic year, how concerned are you the guys going to the Olympics may run out of gas down the stretch of the playoffs? I think it's a real possibility. I really do. And that's why some people were okay with Demko and Besser not being considered for Team USA. 18 to 24 is training camp. Sorry, 18 to 21. The Milford is actually on Monday the 8th already, next week. And I will not be volunteering at it. Is the reason for all the noise having to do with the internal clock of having between July and September 26th to get Hughes to sign 8 years? Yes. So Rain, good point. One of the new features of the CBA is going forward, you can only sign your own UFA to 7-year extension, and then other teams can do 6. Right now, it's you can sign your guy to 8, and the other teams can do 7. However, this does not kick in until September of 2026, a year from now. So that means, remember, July 1 is we can offer Quinn an extension for a unique 3-month window. We can offer him 8. Another team can offer him only 6. I don't know. What happens between July? Oh, yeah. And then by the time he comes an unrestricted free agent, other teams can only offer him 6. So we can offer him 2 more years. Now, he could do the Austin Matthews thing and the thing that many people think Connor McDavid are going to do, and they're not going to sign 8-year deals. They're going to sign 4 or 5-year deals because A, it gives you freedom to switch teams, and B, it gives you freedom to wait out the ever-increasing salary cap. And we're going to talk about that a lot this season for sure. I do not think there's going to be any surprises for the main roster. I think there's going to be battles like Bovenlander, Mancini, but I don't think there's going to be any. And then maybe Braden Coots has the best chance of being an actual training camp surprise. Is there an argument to be made that Quinn will be the best player in Team USA? Yep, I think so. Absolutely. I think it will be between him and Austin Matthews, for sure. Rookie camp is next week. Thank you. How close are we getting the high 5? Not very close. We've had monthly membership message. We've had donation. We have membership gift, but we don't have new member and we don't have upgrade member. Hey, Luke. Summer was great. Highlights included my son getting engaged, 2 trips to Vegas, a golf trip to Kamloops, and some great family time. But thank you for asking. Hope you had a good summer too. Are you excited for the NFL season? Yeah, I'm quietly becoming a stronger NFL fan, mostly because of the fantasy leagues I'm in. And yeah, I'm excited. I probably don't have any hot takes, to be honest with you. I don't know enough about the teams and about the players for sure, but really interested to see how the 2 rookie running backs do. Genty and that guy with the long name, hyphenated name. Taylor Swift, Super Bowl performer, perhaps. Interesting teams he brought. Yeah, so I don't know what that means it's true Japan for. I don't know. Monthly membership message from Gary. Which one I haven't used yet? The noodle. Gary says, appreciate the hard work you put in doing these streams and making content for us. Well, you're welcome, Gary. Thank you for appreciating it. Can I get a Go Canucks Go chant in the chat? So Gary wants to see some Go Canucks Go in the chat. Thank you for the monthly membership message. And he starts it off. I'm not sure about surprises. I think Ratu should make the team. And I think Lekermaki, Sasson, those guys are all going to be battling. I'm most interested in seeing Tom Verlander for sure. AJ Lee coming back to SmackDown tomorrow. Seth and Becky versus CM Punk and AJ at WrestlePalooza. Is that the plan? Probably. Yeah, I'm excited to see that. Bruno Mars rumors. It reminds me of all the engagement rumors on Taylor Swift and Kelsey before they announced it themselves. Yeah. I don't know if I can draw a parallel, but I hear what you're saying. So technically, Brock is sort of a max contract. I guess you could say that. 18th to 20th training camp. Preseason is the 21st. Wonderful. Thank you, Tyler. P says he wants revenge. What do you predict? Depends what you mean by revenge. I do think he's going to have a bounce back season. We need him to, and I do think he will do it. Yeah. Come on. Oh, Tyler's got your back, Gary. Was it both goalies, I think? Does Besser ultimately make the U.S. Olympic roster? I don't think so. Too many guys to jump over. Yes, next season, 84 games and earlier and start and end to the season for sure. Honestly, how confident are you that Hughes will resign in Vancouver? Obviously, Japan 4, I want him to. Do I think he will? I'd like to think so. I made this point and my members asked me anything for those who saw it because Gerald asked a question about Luke Hughes, signing a contract that ends at the same time that Jack Hughes does so they can reunite with Quinn somewhere. I see the allure, obviously, of the three boys playing together, but I also see a world where that isn't as important to Hughes as Quinn is, as winning is. And if he thinks that the Vancouver somehow has a better path forward than joining his brothers in New Jersey, I'm not sure that he's going to bolt so quickly. But I think it's obviously got to be a consideration. So to answer your question, how confident? Mildly confident. I can't say strong, to be honest with you. I sure want him to, though, obviously. I don't think 40, but I'll take 30. Yeah, just count how many Monday night games there are, and you'll find out, Irvin. Yeah, Carol, great question. Another rule is the salary cap for the playoffs. So for the playoffs, it's going to be a game-by-game salary cap, the same cap as the season, 95.5, but it's only 20 players on the roster, not 23. So you know how during the season, you have to have 23 active players or a 23-man roster under the cap. For the playoffs, it'll be game by game, same cap, but it got to count for 20 players. But the biggest change is if you trade for a player at the trade deadline, yes, you might only have to pay him 20%. His salary will only count towards 20%, like prorated during the regular season, but it's the full cap hit for the playoffs. So if you trade for a player who's worth $10 million, you will pay him basically, it'll count only $2 million against the cap for the rest of the season at the trade deadline. But for the playoffs, it counts as a full $10 million. And that's to go after teams or to prevent teams from circumventing the salary cap rules by hiding guys on IR and then them magically being okay to play once day one of the start. So the biggest thing, a playoff salary cap that matches the season salary cap, and it goes game to game. Great question, Carol. I like it. Although I think it's going to make it harder to trade players. Which team was better? The 2019-20 Canucks in playoffs versus 2023-24. I think there's more talent on the 23-24 team just with Miller. Oh no, Miller was on the bubble team too. What am I talking about? Actually, that bubble team was good, right? Because you had Horvat, PD, Miller, Toffoli, Besser. Our defense is better now, though. But you still had Quinn. You had Demko and Markstrom. Oh, that's a great question. Maybe the 1920 team was better. Just by a bit. But they're both good teams. Hey, Ryan. A lot of things going on in the fire at my apartment. And it'd be displaced from my place. Oh, sorry to hear that, Ryan. But happy to see that you're doing okay. Thanks for saying hi. Nice to see you. My instincts tell me Alvin will do a movie real soon. I'm not sold on Hito. Oh, interesting. That's fair. That's the name I was looking for. Krosky Merritt. Thank you. Hello from Germany, Bern. Nice to see you. 10 days away from Canucks versus Kraken. Prospect game ever. I wonder if there'll be a stream for it. Yeah, they'll probably put something up. Not me, but the Canucks will probably put something up. Yeah, Gary, I've only seen a couple of people say go Canucks go. So Gary wants to see some go Canucks go in the chat. Congrats to you and your son. Your son, mine's been great as well, playing a lake time. Went to Kamloops and Okanagan for the first half. Yes, the Okanagan is a beautiful part of BC. Great to see you, Luke. Thank you. Name 3 players you'd like to see as captain for Team Canada. Crosby, McDavid, McCarr, or McKinnon. I had a good laugh hearing the clip of Cena absolutely ripping to Logan Paul. Yep. Yeah, they had a good match together for sure. Go Canucks go from Carol. I think winning is more important for Quinn. The Stahl brothers have multiple opportunities to play together, but never. Exactly. I agree with that, Irvin. I heard the new seats at Rogers didn't fit a slushie. Will you write a letter? I'll have to test it myself, Mark, and then I'll let you know. What do I think about the NHL schedule? I'm not sure what you're asking, Simon, but yes, I am a big fan of Olympic hockey. Are we looking at Olympic games starting at 4 a.m.? Yeah, if they'll be early for sure, given the time change. Well, I guess a night game will be lunchtime, but an afternoon game will be early. Golf trip was excellent. I suck, Tyler, at golf, but I love being on the course, especially with my sons. Legendary Carol Bovenlander gifts a membership.
3, 2, 1.
Thank you, Carol, for your generosity, gifting membership, and it goes to Dave Everett. So, Dave, welcome to franchise membership. Thank you, Carol, for being so generous. Let's give Carol some love in the chat. Let's give a welcome to Dave. Will the Olympics have a huge impact for upcoming season or playoffs? I think you always worry about injury. But I think, it's very hard to draw a straight line from A to B saying the players that play in the Olympics it'll negatively hurt their team. I can't see how it's a positive either, though. So I think it's more neutral. It's just more of a fan base, a fan interest thing, to be honest with you. I still think Jack Roslovic will be a wild card. That's fair. The moment has passed. Go Canucks, go. 1920 was better because we had Horvat, who was better than Lindholm, and Pettersson was actually producing offense. That's fair. That's fair. None yet. Adrian, I haven't really thought about it yet. I've had other things going on, but I think once I get to September 12th, which is next week, once I'm a month away, then I'll start to get cracking on it for sure. BC license plate with a bear and green or blue and green? First time I've seen that one. Usually it's white with blue. Gotcha. Go Canucks, go. I definitely had fun for sure. Go Canucks, go. Is Russia in the Olympics? I don't think so. Not as a country. It's Russian athletes. Gotcha. Roslovic is still not signed. Hey, Dino. Nice to see you. Go Canucks, go. There you go. See, Gary, everyone is saying it now. They just took them a while. Yes, Carol, I saw the member gift. I've already acknowledged it in the chat. In fact, and I said welcome to Dave. So thank you, Carol. You might be behind in the stream. I'm not sure, but yes, I did acknowledge it already. Thank you very much. You need to get Nadia on the channel to give an update on her life. Oh, that's a good idea, actually. I'd be very interested to see how she's doing. The Canucks should play the same music at intermission that Clay plays during his breaks on the 24-hour live stream. I wouldn't even leave my seat for beer. Yes, Ricky, dust those off. I know I played a sneak preview a couple weeks ago. Those are some cool jams for sure. I hope the Olympic won't impact negatively the Canucks like Four Nations did. Yeah, and it's only Hughes, right? Hughes for U.S. Hronik will probably play. Marcus Pettersson and Elias Pettersson will probably play. I'm trying to think of who else might play. Lankinen will play. Yeah, I hope not. But I hear you. It's always a concern. But then I kind of put those concerns out the window when I get to see best on best hockey. Olympic games can start at 10 or 11, right, with the time change because it'll be night in Italy and we can still watch them here. That makes sense. It's just any late morning or early afternoon games that will be hard for us to watch here. Good points. All right, friends, any other thoughts about Quinn Hughes, about Evander Kane? Oh, let's end this poll and see what you guys said. I said, what storyline as of today most interests you or invests you? Are you invested in? And a good mix. PD's revenge tour, 44%. Keeping Quinn happy, 25%. New coach Adam Foote, 21%. And Demko's health, 8%. So either you're not interested, you're very confident in his health, or you're very scared and you don't want to miss it. Is there something we're missing with Roslovic? Why is the 22 goal scorer hasn't been signed yet, especially given that he's a right-hand center, although for me, I'm always left wanting more from him. Okay. We see this with one or two guys every year. They them or their agent might be asking for too much. It's a very tricky because do you take the offers that come? Do you hold out for a longer one? But my guess is either one of two things. The agent is still asking for too much, either in term or money, or he's being very picky. Now with Kevin Lankinen, they were in no rush. He wanted to go to a team that he's going to get to play with, and he that's why he was signed so late. I don't know what the deal is with Roslovic. I don't know if he's waiting for a certain team to show interest. Maybe he doesn't like the teams that are showing interest. But yeah, I don't know if there's anything we're missing. It's just one of those that's taking a little longer. I do think Shilas will make the Latvian team for sure. I think Kane will have 22 goals. Yeah, he won't sign a PTO. He wants a contract. But I hear what you're saying. Dino with the massive $14 donation. That slaps.
Hard.
Let's give some love to Dino in the chat. The $14 donation. Thank you, Dino. And by the way, just because I have it here, do you remember this intro, you guys? Okay, it's coming. It's coming.
This is Bruce Boudreau, and it's time for Clay's Canucks commentary live. Let's go with Clay right now.
If I'm not mistaken, thank you, Dino. Let's give Dino some love in the chat for the generous donation. I always appreciate you. I think my first version, it said, this is Bruce Boudreau, head coach of the Vancouver Canucks. Then after he got fired for the rest of that season, I think I cropped it to say, this is Bruce Boudreau. And then he didn't say head coach of the Vancouver Canucks, obviously, because he wasn't the head coach, until I got the Kirk McLean one. Do you guys remember that? Yeah, I remember it because I just saw it. Were the Sedin Twins the first Canucks to reach 1,000 games? No. I think there's been others, but someone might be able to look that up for sure. What's your prediction and your opinion for how each division is going to go? I'm not going to do that yet, Simon. It's way too early. I will save those, and it's going to take too long to go through each team. I will save that until closer to the season starting. I really hope we don't sign Roslovic, and he's probably not signing as he wants more money, and I believe we'll sign cheaper only to a contending team. Yeah, that's a great point. I agree with you, Japan 4. He probably wants a certain money, certain term, or a certain team. Oh, they were first. Nice. Yeah, I'm just thinking for all the 17 or 18 seasons, yeah, maybe there hasn't been anyone. That's really cool. Let me look it up real quick. Canucks all-time games played. Canucks all-time. Yeah, Henrik 1330, Daniel 1306, Linden. So Linden did hit it first with 1140, but I don't know if that's all with the Canucks, to be honest with you. And then Alex Edler played 925. Linden, I'm just trying to see how many. I'm trying to figure out how many of those were with the Vancouver Canucks. Oh yeah, that was with the Vancouver Canucks. So Linden was the first one to reach 1,000 with the Canucks. Still an amazing accomplishment for sure. For sure. He's playing hardball. Roslovic is, yeah, for sure. You guys remembering fondly the Bruce, the ultimate hype man? Oh, Bruce. I wasn't around for the Boudreau bump. Oh, too bad. Fabry on PTO. Oh, he's not signed either. Interesting. Yeah, I like Fabry. Roslovic not a center. He hasn't played it full-time for 2 years. We need a legit top. I would love 1-2 punch of PD McTavish, but how much would that cost? Bruce, there it is. Linden had 1,000, but split with Islanders and Habs. I just pulled up something that said he had 1,400 games over the three teams. So I thought 1,000 was with 1,000 was with the Canucks. I don't know. I looked at it pretty quickly though. Naslund and Linden only got to 700s in points. Yeah, no, we're talking about games. So I do think Linden, actually I'm going to look it up one more time. I do think Linden hit 1,000 with the Canucks. Trevor Linden stats. Okay, here we go. Yes. He played 1,400 games in the NHL, 1,400. And I see 30 with Washington, 100 with Montreal, and 100 with the Islanders. So that would make sense that he did 1,100 with the Vancouver Canucks. Yeah, there we go. 1,140, says Van Sundin. Linden's last game was technically with Vancouver traded. Linden's last game was technically with Vancouver traded back. No, he was traded. Yeah, back in 01, but he played all the way to 07-08, where he had 59 games, only 12 points in those 59 games. Tell us something that even longtime subscribers don't know about you. What's something that you guys don't know about me? I don't know. I'm pretty much an open book. What's something that you guys don't know about me? Here's one. But like, how would you know? But I guess this is the whole point. My very first job was at the P&E Food Building, making fish and chips, Old British fish and chips, for $3.65 an hour. So that was my very first job, was Old British fish and chips at the P&E Food Building. How's that for a poll? Yes. $3.65. What would you say is your hidden talent? Not very talented. And any talents I do have, you guys know about already. I don't know if I have a hidden talent. There's nothing that I would break out that people... I'm maybe one thing you might be able to tell, but you might not. I'm very good at mental math, actually, arithmetic, and not like complicated algebra, but just mental math, like times tables and dividing, adding, subtracting, figuring out percentage. Actually, here's a funny story. I think I said this before. On my very first date with Gail, I was in high school. We went to a Japanese restaurant, and I tried to impress her by guessing what the bill was going to be to the cent, including tax. And I did nail it to the cent. So that was maybe one of my impressive feats for sure. I knew Linden was traded back to Vancouver early in the season's careers. Yes, $3.65 an hour. It was a tough life. And for that, Swervin Irvin donates $3.65. That's legit. So let's give some love to Swervin Irvin with the $3.65. Oh man, I should have said that I made like $50 an hour. Thank you, Irvin, for the donation. Did you ever play for Richmond Colts at high school? Yes, volleyball, but not basketball. It was not good enough to play basketball. I do not think Vancouver will bring in someone on a PTO. They already have enough competition for their roster spots, I do believe. Hard to accept $8 an hour for a minimum wage now. Yes. That's when she knew you're the one. Guess the bill. Indeed. Oh, by the way, Adrian, I meant to tell you, Teresa has not been at my adoration hour for the last 2 or 3 weeks. Your fish and chips were much cheaper than they are today in the UK. That is fair for sure. No, they didn't cost $3.65. That's how much I made. Last movie I saw. Oh, gosh. It was one that Gil and I watched. I can't remember the name. Yeah, I haven't watched anything in the theater in a long time. On like streaming, Juror Number 2 was interesting. That was Clint Eastwood, but I thought I saw a couple movies after that. I have been watching, like catching up on Blacklist and things like that more than movies for sure. She watched the streams, didn't she? Yeah, and then she raced me to the chapel. You're talking about Teresa? All right, friends, it is midnight. I am going to wrap up here. Thank you. So good to be back. So good to be back with all of you. Thank you for your generosity and for the wonderful discussion today. We'll see if anyone on the comments say, man, this guy talked about other stuff for the first 15 minutes of the show. Yeah, because that's what I do around here, especially when I'm not around for a bit. Don't forget my next show is tomorrow night at 11 p.m., same place, same time. Thanks to my sponsors, Van City Experts Real Estate, Coach Patrick Lee, Weight Loss Coach, and Gassy Jack Art. Thank you to legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Line Change, legendary Carol Bovenlander, legendary Brian Blingy Choi, legendary Andrew Chang, and to Hall of Fame franchise members as well. Appreciate all of you. And thanks to all of you for watching liking and subscribing. On the way out, you can like the video, you can subscribe, you can leave a late donation, and you can definitely, if you're watching this on replay, hype this video as well. I got to get used to saying that. Thanks to everyone who went above and beyond tonight. Awesome. Swervin Irvin, gifts some membership. Harry Ma, monthly membership message. Coach Rob, monthly membership message. Carol, legendary Carol Bovenlander, donation. Jessica, Triple M. Derek, massive donation for his 40th birthday. Happy 40th. Adam gives some membership. Gary, monthly membership message. Carol gives some membership. Dino with a big donation, $14. And Swervin Irvin with matching my minimum wage of $3.65. Thanks to all of you for being so generous. Once again, looking at the leaderboard, Swervin Irvin takes it with 1125, followed by Fangirl 825, and Derek at 800. No Scotch and Alfred tonight. Hopefully he's doing okay. All right, guys, I was so happy to be with all of you, and can't wait to be with you once again tomorrow night at 11 p.m. But until then, stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. By the way, did you hear why the Invisible Man turned down the job offer? Yes, why did the Invisible Man turn down the job offer? He just couldn't see himself doing it. God bless, and go Canucks go. That was for you, Tyler. Booyah.